Giving a review on eBay coilovers. I'm well qualified to give this review as I've had them on my car for about 25,000 miles now over the space of the last year and a half. So what I'm going to be going through is what I think of them, should you buy them and where can you buy them. Okay, so this is my Mk2.5 that I've had on eBay coilovers for the past year and a half, doing 25,000 miles. The brand of coilovers I have on these more specifically are TA Technics, which can be bought off eBay. So the first thing I'm going to do is jump in the car and I'm going to tell you what they ride like. I'm just going to take the car for a quick spin up the road just to show you how rough the ride is in this. I'll be honest, the ride is pretty rough, as you expect with most budget coilovers. They do, you'll basically feel every bump on the road and you'll feel the paint strip on the road as well. You just feel absolutely everything. They are a little bit bouncy as well, so if you're going at high speeds and you go over any sort of bump, or if you're going from like one motorway onto a new road, you'll feel the jump as well onto the new road. Just have to turn up the roof because it's getting really windy, but as I was saying, they are very rough. The ride on them is extremely stiff. There is no adjustment in these. If you're getting more expensive coilovers, you get obviously adjustable dampening, and there's usually about 14, 15, 16 different kind of choices. You can go from soft to stiff. As well with these as well, when you're adjusting your ride height, you're adjusting preload as well onto the spring, so you don't have a choice to adjust that, so that also makes it a bit rougher, I think. Overall, they are extremely rough. I wouldn't kind of recommend them for daily driving. I've had them on the last year and a half, and you do get kind of sick of it after a while with how bouncy they are. And then as well, you just feel every sort of pothole as well, which just drives you insane slowly. So I'm coming up to a few bumps here, so you might see I'm holding the camera in my left hand, but you'll get an idea of what the ride is like, how bouncy it is. So you can see me just basically bounce all the way up and down, and even when you've come off the bump and you're on the flat again, you'll just continue, the car will just continue to bounce up and down. As well, if you're going over any big bumps as well, your seatbelt will just constantly lock as well, which just shows you to the extent of how bouncy it is with these coilovers. So I'm going to bring the car back now. We're going to pop off the wheels. You're going to take a look at the coilovers and see what sort of condition they're in. I haven't really taken a look at them the past year and a half. I've had them on the car. I haven't had any sort of coilover socks or any spray put on them to protect them, so I'm not expecting them to be in great shape at the moment. So yeah, we're just going to take a look at them now. It's now jacked up and I have the wheel off, so we're quickly going to take a look at the back right hand shot coilover and see what sort of condition it's in. Taking a look at the coilover straight away, there's actually nothing hugely kind of wrong with it or broken. It seems to be in actually pretty good nick. The treads here for the lowering end, the coilover even lower, are actually fairly clear. There's no rust or anything on them. I was pretty surprised at that. I've seen videos of people taking them off before and they're just completely corroded and everything, and there wouldn't be any way to adjust them, but these I'm sure would adjust fine with just a bit of WD-40 to get rid of all that crap out of there. The rest of the strut and all is pretty good as well. It doesn't seem to be leaking anywhere. One problem with these I always have is that the boot would constantly get caught up there like that, and you can see it and you have to pull it back down and over it. Every time I take it off, they're up there. And now, since the only kind of main bad thing I can see about it is the paint is starting to come off the springs, so you can see there, and they're starting to rust underneath. That is just all peeling off. I'm sure it's just surface rust and it wouldn't be anything that would affect it kind of short term, but after a year and a half, well, for eBay coilovers it's not too bad. Last time I had them off probably a few months ago and they were fine, so it's probably in the last few months that this is after happening. So having a look at the coilovers there, the main thing that seems to be wrong with it is just the paint coming off the springs, which doesn't seem to be a huge deal. The overall rest of the coilover is pretty good nick. All the bottom, it's not leaking, so it is actually pretty good condition. I was surprised with how it is at the moment. You can see there's a hell of a lot of adjustment left with these as well. You can see that I am near the top of the adjustment, so it actually can't go much higher in the car. You can go a hell of a lot lower, a hell of a lot more. And my wheel already sits in fairly snug with the fender. It's not extreme fitment, but I would not want to go all the way down to there, see where I'm sitting. Well, as you've seen a second ago, the amount of adjustment, there was probably about that much of adjustment left lowering the car, and you can see that the car by all means is not high at the moment. It's relatively low. You can even see the front there. You could bring it down a little bit more, but I'd be rubbing like crazy because I drive the country roads all the time, so the height I have at the moment is perfect for me. So as you've seen from this, the eBay coilovers I have in the car ride extremely rough and they are very bouncy. but I actually have no regrets in buying them, and that's because of the price of what I paid for them. I paid about €200 for this set. One of the ways that they are so cheap is because you use the top hats off your existing springs and shocks. So you basically pop off the top hats that are on your existing suspension and you put them onto these. They don't come with any, you just use your existing ones, and that's probably how they bring down the price a little bit, as €200 is insane for 4 corners for all new suspension. If you were to try to buy OEM parts or anything like that, you'd be paying 4 or 5 times the price, and even if you were going for mid-range coilovers or top of the range coilovers, you're talking 7-8 times the price, like into the thousands, versus these for €200 for an entire set. So that is obviously why they ride very rough. They are bouncy, there's no adjustment in them, you can't adjust preload without height. There's a lot of cons to it, but at the time when I got these a year and a half ago, I didn't have the money to buy expensive coilovers, and they have done perfect for the last year and a half. You can see they're not leaking, they're fine. They passed the NCT the past 2 years fine. They are TÜV approved as well, which I think is like the German legislation, I think, for car parts and stuff like that. So you know you're getting something that's not like crappy Chinese knockoff. It's reasonable enough quality. One of the things I'd actually really recommend these for is if someone's building like a budget track car where you don't care about how rough it rides. That's probably what you want if you're on the track. At the moment, I daily drive this car. I do about 60-70 kilometers a day at least. So I'm kind of basically sick of these coilovers. They're just way too rough for country roads here in Ireland. But if anyone's building a budget drift car, track car, anything like that, I would actually really recommend them. For €200 to get all new suspension, it's a really good price. So if you are looking for them, I'll have them linked down below on eBay and Amazon listings. I bought mine off eBay. I think they were just over €200 shipped as well. The brand is TA Technics. And you can see there's a hell of a lot of adjustment left in lowering these. So if you want to go low, especially for MX-5s, you can tell that these will put it right on the ground. So if anyone's looking for budget coilovers, I would actually recommend these. They do ride crazy rough, so it depends in what the roads are like in your area. But I think for me, I'm going to have to upgrade to something a little bit better, which you'll probably see in the next video. So that's it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you like these videos and you've been watching any of them, subscribe as well. And I'll see you in the next video.